Cheers!
Welcome to MovieBitches!
Episode 2 of our RuView.
We just can't say enough that this is the greatest show that's currently on television. RuPaul's Drag Race episode 2.
I think that this episode perfectly encapsulates why.
So we watched this episode in HD.
Which is hard to find. What the fuck, logo?
Get it together.
It's 2016. Also, what I don't understand is they film it in HD, but then they don't show it in HD?
Maybe it's like in RuPaul's contract. Like, I will not be shown in HD.
There must be the season 1 filter at all times.
So they've been doing longer episodes this season, which I am a fan of.
Totally on board. Well, you know what's
More
nice?
drag queens? Yes.
All the other shows like Top Chef and Project Runway and whatever, they all went to an hour and a half, but they didn't change it.
All they did was add a commercial in the middle.
Welcome back to the Sports Cop Hair Studio. What can we do for you?
Exactly, but this show hasn't done that.
No.
Thank God.
It added more drama.
Exactly.
More workroom.
They kind of, and I think maybe they did it in part because they fucked Untucked.
They totally fucked over Untucked.
I mean, it's better than it was last season.
They bought a couch.
Yes.
There's some lights.
Thank God.
It looks slightly less tragic.
But still, it's not the same.
It's not the same.
And so I think that I've noticed like certain little quippy quips that like you can cut back to and make gifs of.
Right.
That would have been in Untucked that are now in the show.
Yeah.
So that's fine. That's good.
This week the girls had to, well, the mini challenge
was weird.
It was like very frenetic. They had to do a cha-cha and they all had to get in quick drag and then dance.
Layla McQueen. 5, 6, cha-cha, bitch. Señorita Robbie Carntop.
It wasn't the best mini challenge.
It wasn't the best mini challenge.
I mean, it wasn't he-male or she-male.
Sure. I mean, it wasn't offensive.
It wasn't the word.
I mean,
it wasn't the best mini challenge.
It wasn't, I feel like it was the editing. It wasn't cut in a way that was funny.
Yeah.
It was cut in a way that made me be like,
what's going on?
This is too much.
Yes.
Chi-Chi and Cynthia were the team captains.
Yep.
And they had to do a bitch perfect lip sync dance performance number.
I thought that it was probably one of the best numbers they've seen on the show.
Absolutely. And because the show is so long,
they really did a long time.
It was the longest challenge I can remember. I mean, the only other closest one I can think of is the ballet. Like Alyssa, the Black Swan.
Oh, yeah.
This episode only proved our point more
that Acid Betty is a cunt.
Like, for real, though.
I've known Betty for like 10 years. And sometimes because Betty is so artistic, she gets away with being a fucking asshole.
She is not a team player at all.
She was coming off like Fifi or Roxy, where you're just like, you seem
not a cute look.
Like a bitter bitch.
Yes.
And we're real worried because Kimchi has no rhythm.
Yep.
But I felt like she really pulled it off.
I thought so too, because she had good advice to own her character.
Yes.
And to use the dorkiness as like a kind of a reason that she doesn't have to dance.
Well, it's something that like Alaska would have done. Where like Alaska can't dance either, but she'll make it funny.
Yeah.
And Kimchi wasn't like, obviously Alaska would have made it even funnier because she's Alaska.
Yeah.
But she pulled it off, and I was happy about it.
I will agree with Michelle that she needs to fix her walk.
Yeah, she's like, loosen up.
Yes.
Or wear less tall heels, maybe. I still really like her.
Yes.
I think Cynthia's hilarious.
I do too.
I kind of love her because she's bananas.
She reminds me of Tammy.
And Jocelyn Fox.
Yes, I definitely see that.
But it was so funny because in Untucked this whole time she's thought Acid Betty's name was Acid Berry.
Acid Betty.
Which, you know what, I think Acid Berry is a better name.
Acid Berry.
It's something you can try and taste. You know, ooh, Acid Berry.
Oh, it's like acai berry, but acid.
Oh, I love that. Absolute acai. Oh my god.
The challenge on the runway was Hollywood premiere.
Yeah.
I didn't really like Acid Betty's.
I didn't like Acid Betty's.
It was a look.
Yeah.
I just didn't like it. Yeah. Aesthetically, I was like, no. Not for me.
No.
Robbie Turner was wearing a Vera Wang dress, possibly? That's what he said.
Yes.
Yes.
That was dyed red. It was fine.
It kind of was like swallowing her up.
A little bit.
Didn't really like Cynthia's green concoction dress.
No,
much.
but it wasn't the worst.
It wasn't terrible. I just was like, nah.
No.
Bob the drag queen's look was better.
I liked Bob's.
I liked it.
It wasn't anything outstanding, but it was perfectly solid.
I haven't been in love with any of his looks. Even in the challenge this week, his look just seemed off to me. His like with the headband and the really blonde curly hair.
It was weird.
There's some disconnect for me with Bob's looks.
Unlike Chi-Chi's look, which was on point.
Oh, Chi-Chi's challenge look was on point.
Yes, including her upside down lip syncing realness.
While twerking, all of it. Layla's runway look was real rough.
Real garbage.
Like mermaid, Halloween.
It was like Hot Topic prom. I don't know.
Yeah, it was not good.
I mean, that wig clearly was from a bag from Hot Topic.
Yeah. Jack's exclamation point was doing like a Billie Holiday cheap curtain fabric dress. That was not working. Naomi Smalls had a sexy...
I think she's gorgeous.
She's really pretty.
Yeah.
I like her too.
I do too.
So Thorgy wore Thorgy?
Thorgy.
No,
Thorgy. It is Thorgy. It's Thorgy Thor.
Thorgy.
Yeah.
She wore a jumpsuit. She did a very Diana Ross 70s thing going on.
It's fine.
It's fine, but the weird thing is I just watched an episode of season 3 because, I got time. And Yara Sofia literally was wearing the same outfit.
Really?
With the same Diana Ross wig.
Oh my god.
In the lip sync, we'll get to that. In the lip sync, Layla and Dax standing next to each other. Layla looks like a little hobbit. Like she looks like Gods of Egypt. So I guess we're gonna talk about it.
Okay, so first off,
yikes. So Dax exclamation point. I really am so glad I never have to say that name again. It's just really doesn't come out easily. Dax exclamation point and Layla were in the bottom.
Yep.
And
I called in the first 10 seconds, I said double elimination.
And I said, Andrew, you're being really harsh right now. Only 10 seconds has happened. Oh, no.
And I said, I can tell.
It's accurate. It was accurate because sometimes people turn it out in the last half.
Sure.
This was not the case. So they both get eliminated, and we were kind of like, yeah. You're singing Gloria Gaynor, I Will Survive. You kill that song.
Yeah. And they looked like they didn't know the words.
I mean...
And they certainly didn't understand what the words meant or were.
They weren't living...
You know what it reminded me of? You know when dumb people try and act Shakespeare?
Yeah, I'm imagining Keanu Reeves.
Laugh when I am merry. And claw no man in his humor.
When they just don't know what they're saying.
I'm just saying phonetically what I memorized.
Exactly. That's what it felt like. They're like, I'm gonna lip sync these words because that's what I have to do.
Yeah.
And it's like, no, but there's like a meaning to this song.
Yeah.
Like, you need to feel it and show me that you're feeling it. And they didn't do it.
I mean, it was a tall order because that song, but still.
Sure, but still.
So one thing which endeared me to Chi-Chi a lot more because I really think I like her.
Yeah, I do too. I like her a lot.
She wins a trip to a gay bed and breakfast to New England. And she goes, oh my God, I'm going overseas. And RuPaul's just like, oh, honey, that's in America. It was like the best. I was like, I love you.
She's going to be the black horse of this competition.
Do you mean dark horse?
100%.
Oh my God.
So RuPaul sends them both home, which I think was completely warranted.
Yeah. And then she called.
And, I mean, the obvious answer to who she's calling and inviting back to the competition is Naysha Lopez, right? I mean, that's the only thing. I mean, if Shangela comes out of another fucking box, I might have to pitch a fit. I don't think RuPaul would do it.
Hallelujah. Hallelujah. Hallelujah.
More!
No.
Naysha.
No, I think
she has to be
it's
coming
the
back.
only. Yeah.
Unless we were
saying, or unless there was someone who didn't make it on the show,
was on the short list.
Did.
It seems like that would be weird.
It would be,
but who knows?
I mean, it kind of reminds me of How to Solve a Problem Like Maria. When
if you don't know what How to Solve a Problem Like Maria is, Absolutely look it up. Really strong episode. I
was.
think this was stronger than the first.
It was.
Like this season, it seems so evident what the fat was, right? Like everyone that's left is very talented. Like it's gonna be a scrappy fight this season.
I think so.
Because everyone left is very strong.
They are, although
I feel like Derek's gonna not be as strong as we thought.
Oh no.
He's got real vacant eyes.
Yes.
He's just like
if you stare into the eyes of G-Chicken.
And the intensity of stupidity that is looking back at you is just amazing.
Werner Herzog, oh my god, would have a lot to say about RuPaul's Drag Race, and I kind of want a commentary track.
Right?
That would be like my absolute wish list.
What if like Werner Herzog were somehow a guest judge? It wouldn't make any sense, but it'd be great.
Seriously, if Werner Herzog like recorded a commentary track for every single episode of RuPaul's Drag Race, my life would be complete. Cheers.